Today we have a special guest with us on Theo Nt TV. A big thanks to Ran for accepting my invitation
Hey.
on the video series Interviewing the Talent. Ran, can you tell us a
Hi.
little bit? Hi. How are you?
Very good, and you?
It's a little bit warm in Greece.
Very much.
Very much.
Very much so.
I know. I don't have an air conditioner, sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay?
It's okay. I will.
Improvise.
I will improvise. We'll try to keep our clothes on.
Can you? All right. Yeah. Not like the song. Can you leave the?
No.
Okay. All right. Can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Oh, that's a difficult question.
Okay. Why?
A bit about myself, because it's very complicated to talk about yourself, isn't it?
Sometimes, I guess, but
I mean, I haven't figured out myself
in
yet.
musical terms, not just
In musical terms.
Yeah.
In musical terms, I can say that I was a very lucky child,
Okay.
because there was a lot of music at my house, and I was listening to records at a record player since I was very, very young, and that was my toy. And
Do you have vinyl or cassette?
Yes.
Vinyl.
yes,
Ah, all right. I didn't know that.
yes, and because my father was very into having all these records, which were classical music and like the Beatles and
modern.
many records that he had to when he was young to party, the parties he was
Yeah,
using at the party.
okay.
So we had, a very I had a lot of fun listening to all this stuff, and that's why I couldn't connect very well with my at the school with the other students, because I knew I was listening to very, very different music than they did. So it was kind of weird, when I said, do you know this melody? Oh, this is an amazing song. And they were like, okay, what's that?
My nephew is like that. All the kids in the school just listening to really, the mainstream stuff, and he tries to listen to, really.
Yeah, but a
Not so
child, you can,
Yeah.
they're like, you can make them, and how can I say that? It's a very, very beautiful thing to get them to love it.
Yeah, as a child.
Slowly, in a good way. And that's the way it happened with me, because nobody forced me to listen to something. It was just something that was playing at
okay.
the house, and I was dancing to it. It was my childhood. So
All right,
it's
good.
beautiful. Yeah.
And after school, what you do with you've been in a band, so you play some instruments. What
Okay,
did
I
you get
started-
your attention in order to get into the music?
I started with the piano.
Oh.
I was studying piano and also singing, with it. Unfortunately, due to some, health stuff, I had to stop at some point, and that was a bad thing for me. But still, I got the, I was baptized by it. And I think it never, it rubbed off on me so nicely that I couldn't think of my life without music.
Okay.
And it came to me, actually I was painting. That's what I did first. I thought that this would be my
Okay.
career, let's say.
All right.
Because I thought it was something easy for me. I don't know how I thought that. But I did paint a lot. I still do, but not that much. And then suddenly I couldn't put it. I had to do it together. Like when I was painting, I had to sing and listen to music, and then when I was sad, I had to write something
Okay.
about. I was writing a lot also, And this sometimes became a poem, and I had to express it in some way. And I think it was very natural for me to suddenly write my first song. It wasn't great, but I think it made me feel alive, and it made me feel less lonely. And if I couldn't find someone to connect to my very troubled mind,
Yeah.
I could find it in my music.
All right. So you wrote the song on piano?
No, actually, I wrote on the guitar, which I
Okay.
started playing just by myself. I have no idea how I did this, because I think it's a very difficult instrument, and I'm still trying to learn it. Okay, I'm just playing it. I'm still playing it to write songs.
All right.
But I think that when I write a song, let's talk about that, which I love.
Yeah.
I think that songs are also, I thought that when I was very, very young, and I still think that it's a song is somewhere around your head.
It's always around my head. When you write songs, it's
Yes.
sometimes it's painful, isn't it? It's just feel, the song is here. I
The
have to
song
write.
is here. It's somewhere
Yeah,
around, and
sit
it's
down and
dancing
write
around it.
something.
And then
Sometimes it works.
sometimes it doesn't, and you have to turn off the lights. I always have to turn off the lights. I hate lights.
Like this?
No, these lights are kind of okay because I have you
Yeah.
next to me. Otherwise, I don't know. And to feel, I've always put myself in an emotional state where I feel that my soul is open, even if I think sometimes this is kind of difficult or kind of dangerous.
Okay.
And that's the only way that I can say, okay, come to me. And then it comes out. And it's very, very, very beautiful to know that it's not yours. You don't feel you own it. I never feel I own it.
Okay.
I don't know, it makes me feel free to
Okay.
know that it's out there. Because if I owned it, then maybe I couldn't get it again. And now I know if I don't own it, it's out there. I can just
All right.
catch it.
Okay. Okay.
And that's what I think about writing songs. Also, of course, there are many ways of writing songs. There are different ways. There are these songs that are written because you wrote a poem or you wrote something you loved.
Okay.
There are songs you wrote because you felt really empty and really, really sad, or you felt really happy.
Okay. So more personal songs versus songs that maybe has some social
Exactly.
mother or something like that. Okay. Okay.
So there are definitely different ways of writing, because also I think there must be some base. I mean, you tell a story.
Okay.
So I
Yeah.
think songs that are beautiful, that tell you something. I categorize them in songs that are just passing by, and they're kind of cute, or I won't remember it. And these that are shaking you a little bit.
Okay.
And these, I believe, were written after something very powerful.
And sometimes maybe a song is not shaking you, but there are some lines or maybe a part of
Definitely.
it that you're more connected rather than just
You're
another
more
part.
connected. That's
Yeah.
exactly the word.
So I will not say from my point of view that it's not shaking you, but some things are shaking, but some other things not. But in general, if it's if you wrote the song, you are connected to it in any way.
You are,
but some parts are more powerful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll always be. Like for example, the song "The Wolf, the Mightier" that is on our first record.
Yeah.
This is a song I really love because I remember the scene. I was very sad about something.
Okay.
And I was laying down at the outside my house, and I was looking at the stars, and I could hear the drums. It was the only thing. I said, please, something has to save me right now. I didn't know, I couldn't put it in what. I thought, I was so emotional at the moment that I thought maybe somewhere will come and save me, or another creature from another world or something. And what came to me was listening to the exact drum beat.
Okay.
And also I could see the wolf. It came to me, and I said, okay, I have to ask you something, which is what it says. It just came out so easily.
Yeah.
These songs are the most powerful, that you're not struggling to
do it. Yeah, you just you're into it before you're doing it. It's like it just it flips it's there. Yeah,
it's clear.
I heard your song "Horse Riding," which is your last single from the band Echo Train. Really awesome. I really like that.
Thank you very much.
Can you tell us a little bit about that song? Is gonna be part of the album?
That's exactly what's gonna be.
Okay. All right.
It was the first song that came out from the album that we hope is gonna be ready on October.
Okay. Please note down.
Yes. Because we are writing. We're still writing some last songs now.
Okay.
In the studio. And so this was the first song.
All right.
And it's called Horse Riding because horse riding has nothing to do with what the song is talking about. But we decided to call it that, first of all, because that's what I wrote at first at the page.
Okay.
It's horse riding. And then it was how we felt that, I don't know, it made us feel like we were on a horse.
Okay. So you were in a ride.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay.
But then the song talks about desires. That's what it's about.
The main theme is
desires. Our songs are always with metaphors.
Okay.
So you have to get into it a little bit, because you want to understand. You'll think it just talks about some girls, but these girls are desires, and it's these desires that get so powerful, and they draw you so deeply that you are a slave to them. You cannot.
Oh, all right. Okay.
You cannot do otherwise.
All right. So you have the metaphors all the time that it can lead you somewhere else. Okay.
And so they are elusive. These desires, these beautiful girls, these precious girls, and you are just there to obey. And sometimes it's for a good reason, sometimes, unfortunately, for Earth, unfortunately for people, for animals. It's a very, very bad thing, because desire might be about a love or someone you like, or it might be that you want a lot of money.
Okay.
Or in the bank, and people and poverty, and you don't care about that because of your desire. And at the end it says that sometimes when you follow these desires, you have to be very careful, because your life might change so much that you're asking from the desires to get you back to where you were, because it was better.
Okay.
So that's
sounds complicated.
My mind is always complicated. It's complicated, but it's life. Life is complicated.
Yeah, True. So the songs are, for what we do in our life. So it's gonna be complicated as well.
I think the only time I feel that my brain is very clean, that it sees everything very clear, is when I'm performing, when I'm on stage.
I thought you were gonna say when I'm in the sea.
Or when I'm climbing mountains, or when I'm in the sea. You're right. Sometimes still, because you in the sea, I do swim a lot. You know that. But when you get tired, then your mind gets
tired too.
Yeah, bad thoughts and stuff. But when you're on stage, you're never tired. So.
All right. So we talk a little bit about your vocals and about maybe live performance and what you do in the live performances and what you do on the studio. Any tips for any other singers?
Ooh, I never get tips.
Come on, just just say something.
Well, I would say that sometimes you just need a drink.
Okay.
And sometimes you need to get warmed up a little bit.
Yep.
Actually, I always
with a drink.
With a drink. I can never get on stage without one drink. That's true.
Or one shot, maybe sometimes.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But warming up doesn't mean you go and get over the scales or
No.
It might mean to focus, to maybe listen to some band you really love to get you going. Or I sometimes sing, how to say that, the Requiem of Mozart.
Okay.
Okay, it's a little bit weird, but that's what gets me going.
Gets you in the mood for the live show.
For some reason.
I tend to be disappointed or have a bad mood. I try to make that up for me in order to get on the stage. I don't know why you do
that. Get in a bad mood.
Yeah, I don't know.
It could be.
I try to do, just change myself in a way like to perform, be a performer.
Okay, I understand. No, what I do is that I'm trying to get my being, my aura to be very big before I go on stage. Like after I do all my warming up and stuff, I just stand. If I can stand on stage, okay. But if there are people, I just stand in the room, somewhere where nobody can see me. And I open my arms and I say, okay, now I'm big enough to give a hug to everybody.
Yeah, okay.
To be able for someone to hear me, to understand what I'm saying at the other corner of this place that I'm in.
All right.
Or at this big stadium that I'm in.
Good, yes, okay.
But I think this is something that makes me feel powerful and full of love. If I don't feel myself with love, I cannot get on stage.
Okay.
I have to. I don't know. That's the way I.
And a little bit about the studio. What you do in the studio? The same thing?
Kind of the same, but
it's a safe zone studio, isn't it? Safe here.
I don't know if it's safe. It is kind of safer, yes, if you put it this way. But I think that what I do is that I put the headphones on, and I'm trying to connect my, I'm just saying, the outer voice with my inner voice, and with a headphone sound, and to get it to be one.
Okay.
Because
sounds difficult.
Because if I have to give a tip to someone, let's say, that goes in the studio for the first time, that's the first thing that gets you confused. Is when you hear yourself in the headphones, it's something else.
Yeah, you can sing sometimes. It feels like, oh no.
Who is that?
Yeah.
But you deal with it, of course. It's nothing that difficult. I'm just trying to explain it in a very complicated way, like I always complicated complicate things in my life.
Cat. So,
So,
anything you want to tell us about the band and the procedure?
of course, I want to tell you about the band. I feel very blessed that I have these other 4 men in my life.
I think they are blessed for having you in the band. But anyway,
and we decided to write all together this second album now that we're working on, which means we bring ideas and we all put ideas and something beautiful comes out. And it's not an easy thing to do because you know how it is. Everybody has a different past or a different things that listens to. But I think that we have gotten so close to each other that we find the way and the path to work on these songs all together. And sometimes it gets difficult to to put it together. But when it gets easy, it's like you feel you're fulfilled, with the outcome, and so that's
nice.
That's pretty much it, and I think it's gonna come out really good.
All right. What else? Okay. Do you believe in the community, and do you believe that we have a community nowadays?
Very, very, very much so. I think that we're actually in the best place to be making music, Athens. And if you I have heard this from other people from other countries, friends around the world, that right now we are in the best place because of the difficulties. The problem is that we can't make a living, so it's difficult, and sometimes you have to sell a little bit of your, the quality of the things you do to go on, to go on.
Go on, go on.
But that's even more. It gets you more stubborn about what you do. That that it's not easy. So you hold hands in a more humanly
it's not easy.
Beautiful way. So that's why beautiful things come out. I think that we've gone a long way of getting together and loving each other a little bit more than talking bad about each other. You know what I mean?
Not bitching too much.
Yes. So and you see it. You see it everywhere. You can't, like a few years ago, you would talk about how we're all split in different categories of music, and right now, you see it even when you go out at the bars in Athens, that we talk to each other. We have interest in what the other person is doing, and. I don't know. I am positive, I think.
Okay. I see a problem in this. In terms how you can promote your thing in Athens abroad. I think that's the main thing that I'm not too positive. I'm positive in terms that there is music here, like there is music everywhere. And there are so many bands and acts, solo acts, whatever, that are really good, but they can't get out there.
It's true.
I think maybe everybody has the same thing, even if you're abroad. But I think from here is like the whole business, the music business. They think that we are Africa. We're not Europe. You know what I mean?
Well,
I don't know about now, but I think 10 years ago it was for sure like that. I think now it's...
Although in Africa there are great acts.
I know.
Amazing acts.
I know, but you know what I mean. The business of it. They think that we are out of it, you know. But in other,
And the truth is, if you want to open your mind and do, you know, because writing music is, for me, it is about experiencing different things and connecting to different kind of mentalities of people. And if you don't tour around somewhere abroad, you don't get this.
That's true.
You know,
the vibes. You don't get the cultural vibes. I can say like you don't get what other people do because you don't have it in your country, and
it's
that's
true.
Okay. But you know, if you don't tour, you don't have that.
But I do believe that music, that music belongs to, you know, it doesn't have a country. It should be that borders, there are no borders. So the only way to do it is, you know, gather some money from little gigs and then try to
approach bigger gigs or
bigger gigs,
agents,
and then you maybe you get a tour somewhere abroad and someone will hear you. It's a little bit of luck and a lot of work.
And a lot of work. All right. So, anything else you want to add? And I don't know.
I don't know what I want to add. I would add. I don't know. Peace, love.
Yeah. Cool.
Love each other. Make more love.
Art. Make
more art. And keep making things that make you happy.
True.
Because this is the only way to get on with reality and turn off the lights, you know. Not a lot.
We're gonna turn off the lights.
So many lights.
in 2 minutes. Okay.
Put some smoke around, you know, the little sticks.
Yeah, the sticks.
And some candles, and just trip a little bit. It's good for your soul.
Okay. Okay. So that was it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.